Hi, hello everyone. I am C. Nitya, working as Assistant Professor in ECE Department, R.M.K College of Engineering and Technology. The subject I am handling is Basics of Biomedical Instrumentation and the subject code is OMD 551. And welcome to this session. Today's session we are going to see surface electrodes in detail. As we in the previous session itself, we have seen what is electrode and discuss about electrodes in detail. Just we have a short recap on it. Electrodes are a device that converts ionic potential into the electronic potential. So it acquires signals like ECG, EEG and EMG. So now we will see the types of electrodes. Based on the anatomical location, we can use different types of electrodes for measuring bioelectrical signals. These are all the types of electrodes that we have. In previous session, we have discussed about depth and needle electrode, and today we are going to see about surface electrode. Surface electrodes are used to sense the potential available, that is potential activities from the surface of the skin as well as the potential from the brain, heart and nerves. Again we have different types of surface electrodes. These types of surface electrodes will depends on area and depends on the construction. First we will see depends on area. First we have two types of surface electrode based on the area. In case of a larger area surface electrode, it is used to sense ECG potential, whereas smaller area surface electrodes are used to sense EEG and EMG potentials. We know that ECG is electrocardiography, EEG is electroencephalography, EMG is electromyography. Then depends upon the construction, we see the surface electrode types. First one is metal plate electrode. We can call it as a limb electrode, suction cup electrode, adhesive tape electrodes, multi-point type electrodes, floating electrodes. Now we will discuss about each electrodes in detail. First thing is we are going to see about immersion electrode. The earliest bioelectric potential measurement used immersion electrodes only. Immersion electrodes were simply a bucket full of saline solution in which the subject places hands and feet. As might be expected, this may cause some difficulties such as a restricted portion of the subject and the danger of electrolytic spillage can occur. So it was not comfortable type of measurement, hence it was replaced with the plate electrodes then later. Now we will see metal plate electrode. So the figure shows the limb electrode, that is a metal plate electrode. One of the most frequently used form of biopotential electrode is the metal plate electrode. It is one of the simplest type of surface electrode. It consists of metallic conductor in contact with the skin. It is made up of flat metal plate that is bent into the cylindrical segment on its outer surface to attach the lead wire to the ECG electrode. Rectangular of about 3.5 cm cross 5 cm and circular 4.75 cm plates from German silver. Nickel silver or nickel plated steel are used as surface electrode in case of ECG measurement. Connection between the lead wire and electrode is insulated by epoxy or polyvinyl chloride. Inner surface of the electrode is covered with the gel. An electrolyte soaked pad is kept which will maintain the electrode contact with the skin of the patient. Mostly used as an limb electrode in ECG measurements. When these electrodes are applied on the skin with an electrode paste, DC resistance value are in the range from 2 to 10 kiloohms. The electrode spillage and plate displacement are the two major disadvantages of this electrode type because they have a high tendency to lose their adhesive ability. Since these type of electrodes were very sensitive, it leads to the measurement error. These electrodes are used still occasionally. Now we will see the suction cup electrode. This figure shows the suction cup electrode. It is the modification of metal plate electrode that does not require straps or adhesives for holding it in its place, so it is called as a suction electrode. These electrodes are used in electrocardiography as a chest lead because they can be placed at particular location and used to take a recording. It consists of a hollow metallic cylindrical electrode that make a contact with the skin at its base. A lead wire is attached to metal cylinder and rubber suction bulb fits over its other base. Electrolyte gel is placed over the contacting surface of the electrode. The bulb is squeezed and the electrode is placed on the chest wall of the patient. The bulb is released and apply the suction against the skin of the patient, holding the electrode assembly in such a place. This electrode used only for short period of time. The suction and the pressure of the contact surface against the skin can cause an irritation. So this is the major disadvantage that involved in this suction cup electrode. This electrode is quite large also. The surface area is small. This electrode tends to have a higher source impedance than relatively large surface area metal electrodes used for ECG limb electrodes. Next we will see adhesive tape electrodes. This figure shows the adhesive tape electrode. The figure represents the disposable foam pad electrode which can be used with the electrocardiography monitoring apparatus. It consists of relatively large disc of plastic foam material with a silver plated disc on one side attached to a silver plated snap similar to that used on a clothing in the center of other side. The silver plate disc serves as an electrode and coat with an AgCl layer. A layer of the electrolyte gel covers the disc, whereas the electrode side of the foam is covered with an adhesive material which is compatible with the skin of the patient. The complete electrode is packed in a thin layer foil envelope so that the water component of the gel will not evaporate away. To apply the electrode to the patient, the clinician has to clean the area of the skin on which electrode is to be placed. Open the electrode pocket, press the electrode against the patient's skin. This procedure is quickly accomplished by the patient. Next one is multi-point electrodes. From the name suggested that it's going to have a multiple points. So it is used for ECG measurement and it can be used under any environmental condition. So it's going to consist of 1000 fine active contact points by which a low resistant contact is established with the patient. So this figure shows the multi-point electrode. Next we are going to see floating electrode. This figure shows the floating electrode. This floating electrode we can call it as a top hat electrode or a liquid junction electrode. If we take the limb electrode, or we can call that also as a metal plate electrode, the major disadvantages involved in that surface electrode is movement error. This movement error occurs due to the interface between the electrode and electrolyte. This interface gets stabilized by using this floating electrode. By seeing this, the electrode element of the metal disc is kept in a cavity of the insulated package. Then the electrode do not contact the human directly. So there is no direct contact between the electrode and the patient's body. They connect the subject via the electrolyte paste or jelly. This electrode element is surrounded by the electrolyte gel inside the cavity. The cavity does not move with respect to the metallic disc, so does not have any mechanical movement over here. This could be the major advantage of using the metal electrode, floating electrode. Electrode and electrolyte gel attached to the skin surface by using double adhesive tape. Electrode disc is made up of silver, that is Ag metal, coated with the silver chloride, that is AgCl. Next we are going to see ear clip and scalp electrode. This type of electrodes are widely used in measurement of EEG exclusively. The most common method for EEG measurement is 10 to 20 electrodes placement system, and here we use scalp electrodes usually. They can avoid measurement error and movement error that we have already dealt in previous electrodes. It is mainly called as fetal scalp electrode, which can be used to monitor the baby's heartbeat while still in the uterus. Hope you all enjoyed this session. Thank you.